Hello everyone, myself is Dinesh and my role number 536 and my topic is about how to design practical test cases. What is a test case in a software? A test case is exactly what it sounds like. A test case scenario measuring functionality across a set of actions or conditions to verify the expected result. They apply to any software application, can use manual testing or an automated testing, and can make use of test case management tools. A key thing to remember when it comes to writing test cases is that they are intended to test a basic variable or task, such as whether or not a discount code applies to the right product on an e-commerce web page. This allows a software tester more flexible in how to test code and features. The basic objective of writing test cases is to validate the test coverage of an application. Tips to write effective test cases. And number one is keep it simple, but not too simple. Make it complex, but not too complex. That means keep all the steps of test cases. Thesis means test cases, automatic and precise. Mention the steps with correct sequence and correct mapping to the expected result. The test case should be self-explanatory and easy to understand. This is what we mean to make it simple. Now, making it complex means to make it integrated with the test plan and other test cases. Refer to the other test cases, relevant artifacts, GUIs, etc., where and when required. But do this in a balanced way. While writing test cases, always remember that you or someone else will have to revise and update these. And second point is, after documenting the test cases, review once as a tester. Never think that the job is done once you have written the last test case of the test scenario. Review all the test cases with the mind of a tester. Think rationally and try to dry run your test cases and evaluate all the steps and see if you have mentioned this clearly in an understandable way. Ensure that the test data specified in test cases is feasible not only for actual testers but it is according to real-time environment too. Ensure that there is no dependency conflict among test cases and verify that all the references to the test cases or artifacts of GUIs are accurate. And third point is bound as well as is the testers. Do not leave the test data on testers. You can let them decide the test data item values, but never give them the liberty to choose the data items themselves. Keep the testers at ease by organizing test cases as per the testing categories and the related areas of an application. Clearly instruct and mention which test cases are independent and are batch. Likewise, explicitly indicate which test cases are independent and isolated so that the tester may manage its overall activity accordingly. And fourth point is never forget the end user. The most important stakeholder is the end user who will finally use this application. So never forget him at any stage of test cases writing. In fact, the end user should not be ignored at any stage throughout the SDLC, means software development lifecycle. So during the identification of test scenarios, never overlook those cases which will be mostly used by the user or the cases which are business critical even if they are less frequently used. Keep yourself in the shoes of an end user and then go through all the test cases and judge the practical value of executing all your documented test cases. Do not forget to cover the negative test cases. As a software tester, you need to be innovative and draw up all the possibilities that your application comes across. Thus, a negative case is as important as positive case. Make sure that for each scenario, you have two test cases, one positive and one negative. The positive one should cover the intended or normal flow, and negative one should cover the unintended or exceptional. So during the identification of test scenarios, never overlook those cases which will be mostly used by user or the cases which are business critical, even if they are less frequently used. Keep yourself in the shoes of the end user and then go through all the test cases and get the practical value of executing all your documented test cases. Never forget to cover the test cases. The positive one should cover the intended or normal flow, and negative one should cover the unintended or exceptional flow. Have atomic steps. Each step should be atomic one. There should not be any further sub-steps. The more the simple and clear headed a step the easier it would be proceed with testing. Prioritize the test. For example, for a shopping website, verifying access denial for an invalid attempt to log into the app can be a high priority case. Verifying the display of relevant products on the user screen can be a medium priority case. And verifying the color of text displayed on the screen buttons can be a low priority test. Sequence also matters. Confirm whether the sequence of steps in the test is absolutely correct. A wrong sequence of steps can lead to confusion. Preferably, the steps should also define the enter sequence to maintain the app until the exiting the app for a particular scenario that is being tested. Prioritize the test. Example for a shopping website, verifying access denial for an invalid attempt to log into the app can be high priority case. Verifying the display of relevant products on the user screen can be a medium priority case. And verifying the color of the text displayed on the screen buttons can be a low priority test. Sequence matter. Confirm whether the sequence of steps is in the test is absolutely correct. A wrong sequence of steps can lead to confusion. Preferably, the steps should also define the enter sequence from entering the app until the exiting the app for a particular scenario that is being tested. Add timestamp and tester's name to the comments. There may be a case where you are testing an application and someone is making modifications in parallel to the same app, or someone may update the app after your testing is done. This leads to a situation where the test results can vary with time. So it is always better to add a timestamp with tester's name in the testing comments so that a test result either the test result can be passed or failed can be attributed to the state of an application at a particular time. Keep two separate sheets, bugs and summary in the document. If you are documenting in Excel, then the first two sheets of the workbook should be summary and bugs. The summary sheet should summarize the test scenario, and the bug sheet should list all issues encountered during testing. The significance of adding these two sheets is that it will give a clear understanding of the testing to the reader or user of the document. So when the time is restricted, these sheets can prove very useful in providing an overview of testing. There may be a case where you are testing an application and someone is making modifications in parallel to the same app, or someone may update the app after your testing it. This leads to situations where your test results can vary with time. So it is always better to add a timestamp with the tester's name in the testing comments so that a test result can be attributed to the state of an application at that particular time. Keep the separate sheets bugs and summary in the document. How to improve test case efficiency? User requirements document. It is a document that lists the business processes, user profiles, user environment interaction with other systems, replacement of existing systems, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, licensing and installation requirements, performance requirements, security requirements, usability and concurrent requirements, etc. Business use case document. This document details the use case scenario, the functional requirements from the business perspective. This document covers the business actors, a system, goals, preconditions, post-conditions, basic flow, alternate flow, options, exceptions of each and every business flow of the system under requirements. Functional requirements document. This document details this document details the functional requirements of each feature for the system under requirements. Normally, functional requirements document serves as a common repository for both the development and testing team as well as to project stakeholders, including the customers who are committed, sometimes frozen requirements, which should be treated as the most important document for any software development. Software project plan. A document that describes the details of project objectives, priorities, milestones, activities, organization structure, strategy, progress monitoring, risk analysis, assumption dependency constraints, training requirements, client responsibilities, project schedule, etc. QA or test plan. This document details the quality management system, documentation standards, change control mechanism, critical modules and functionalities, configuration management systems, testing plan, defect tracking, acceptance criteria, etc. The test plan document is used to identify the features to be tested, features not to be tested, testing team allocations and their interface, resource requirements, testing schedule, testing rating, test coverage, test deliverables, prerequisite for test execution, bug reporting and tracking mechanism, test metrics, etc. Reasons to reuse test cases. Most of the projects are just enhancements or changes to the existing functionality. Content management systems that define the slots for image uploads with static and dynamic ways are also common for all websites. Retail websites have CSR, customer service system too. The concept of cookies, timeout, and security are common too. Web-based projects are frequently prone to requirement changes. The types of testing needed are common, like browser compatibility testing, performance testing, security testing. That's it, and thank you everyone.